Hey everyone, this is Catan, the family edition, and this became a fast family favorite for our family of games to play, and I want to show you why. So let's have a look inside the box. Now we've got the game overview and the rules. So it looks like there's a lot to learn, but in reality, it's a really simple game to pick up, and most people can pick it up quite quickly and enjoy playing it. So in the box, we have pre-made things that slot together. This is the board, so we'll make that in a minute, but they're all preset, so there's no loose small parts of the board floating around. That's what we really like about this Catan compared to the other Catan boards, because the other Catan boards come with just the individual sections and you have to put them all together. But this one has it all together and it's great for families. That's why it's the family edition. Now in the box, as you can see, you've got the robber, you've got the 2 dice, you've got 4 different playing colors, so you can have up to 4 players. 2 to 4 players is best. And then you've got the cards, the playing cards, the resources, and a few other things. In addition to that, you have extra points that go to the largest army, the longest road, and cards for each player according to the color that they have chosen to play with, which will show them what the costs of building are for each thing. So the purpose of this game is to win by getting 10 points, and you get a point for each settlement, you get 2 points for each city, and development cards may give you points depending on what kind of development card you pick up. Now you get those points by building roads, settlements, and cities, and paying and buying development cards. So let's put the game together and show you what it is. Right, so there we have it. We have the board together and it's nice and simple design. It's a nice shape. It's not the same shape that you'll find with other board games where it's just a big rectangle or a square. It makes it look like a real island that you're playing on. Let's put together the rest. Here are our development cards. So we have our development cards here. And in the development cards, we have different things that you can get. So there's a point, that's a knight, which has different purposes. And there you go, you have here plenty and a few other things in there, which will help you play the game. Now you get development cards, some of them will give you points and some of them will give you a benefit if you play them against the other players. And here we have the resource cards for the ore, which correspond to the tile. So we'll put them up that way. You've got the wool, which corresponds with the wool tiles. We'll put them there. I'm going to move this up a little bit. And we've got the wood, which corresponds with the wood. And then you have the grain, or the wheat as I call it. And then you have the brick. And voila. Now, if I was starting the game, I would want to make sure the robber is on the centerpiece. Now, the robber comes into action when someone rolls a 7. As you can see, there are no 7s on the board. Now, basically, the rating for these, as you can see, they've got little dots. It's the most likely to be rolled. And then if they've got like no dots or one or 2 dots, they're the least likely to get rolled. So you really want to place your settlements and cities on strategic places where they've got more likelihood to be rolled. 7 is most likely to be rolled, so it's in the middle, that's the robber. If a 7 gets rolled, the person who rolled it can move the robber to a tile and no one can collect any of the resources from that tile from then on. Now let's show you how we start the game. So you start the game with 2 roads and 2 settlements. And each player gets a turn to place 1 settlement. I might place my first one there. and then I might place my next one there. Now, these are just randomly selected. I haven't chosen any purpose for those, but you'd want to think about what you want to build with your building cards. Okay, so at any given turn, we'll roll the dice, and that is a 9. And am I on a 9? No. So I'm going to roll again. That's a 12. And look, it got rolled, but it says it's the most rarest to be rolled. Let's roll again. And that is a 6. So it's perfect. I've got a settlement on a 6 and a settlement on a 6. So I get to pick up one of those and one of those. So, and that's going to help me to be able to build the other things I need to create the points. Once I get enough of the development cards and I want to build a city, all I do is swap out, I pay it with my development cards and I swap out the city for a settlement. And that is a really rough idea of how to play Catan, and it is super fun. We play it as a family all the time. It's quite an easy concept to come up with, and the great thing is we are able to learn how to negotiate together and how to navigate strategic plans and think out what kind of way we want to go as strategy. And as I said, we get to negotiate and say, oh, look, I have one ore, but I need a wood. Who has a wood? Who wants to trade? And we get to play that way. And it's all about having fun and getting to 10 points quicker than anyone else. So that is the Catan Family Edition game. I hope this has been somewhat informative to you. This is kind of how it would look when you're playing, but you'd have more players. And that's the basic setup. So, enjoy Catan.